and welcome to Round Robin. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, with the City of Hampton's Communication and Marketing Department. And today we're going to tell you about a really special holiday celebration. I have two guests, Joanne Ross from Parks and Rec and Ryan Lafata from the Tourism Bureau. Welcome.
Thanks. Thanks for having us.
So the Holidays Parade is so big that it takes two of you to tell us about it. Is that right?
It is, yeah. It's a big endeavor for sure. So.
And it's a long-term historical thing in Hampton. I mean, we've been doing this parade for how many years?
It was 51, right?
51.
Yeah, it's 51st year.
That's great. And tell us, if you would, right off the bat, the date and time, and then we'll get into some more details.
Okay, well, it takes place on Saturday, December 8th, and it's at 7 p.m. And one of the best viewing spots would be Settlers Landing Road.
Great. And this is an evening parade, which makes it a little different. I know Hampton also has one in the Coliseum area. That's a morning parade. What makes that evening, and I'm going to look to you, Joanne, because you've been for a number of years. What makes that evening different and kind of special?
Well, it's just the fact that all of the units are lit up. We require a certain number of lights for each. For the cars, have to have at least 800 lights. The floats have to have at least 2,000 lights. So with the lights and all their decorations, it's just like magical. And last year we implemented a Best Illumination. So there's a Best Illumination award now. So everyone is really trying to get that Best Illumination award. So they really stepped up the lights and sparkle last year. So we're hoping for the same thing this year.
That's wonderful. And I know my Cub Scouts were in it 1 or 2 years. It's also, there's a variety from, kind of businesses and more professional looking floats to, a bunch of cute kids marching or being on floats. It's very much a community event, is my sense of it.
Absolutely. I think it's the largest illuminated holiday parade on the peninsula, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
And every year we have an involvement with WVEC, so it'll be live broadcasted with WVEC.
And that's important too, to let the audience out there know if you can't get out for any reason, if the cold is too much or you're not prepared to go out, you can at least sit and watch it at home with your own cup of cocoa right from your house.
Absolutely, definitely. I think the parade, an hour long?
Yeah.
Hour long on TV, and this year we have 97 units total. There's 27 floats. There's 8 bands. There's going to be marching bands. Military units. I think they have beauty queens as well. They're going to be riding on floats. There's just something really for everyone, and so a lot of things to take a look at while you're there.
We have the lighted dog parade.
Oh no!
And we have horses this year too. We have a horse group this year, so
how
for all the
fun.
horse lovers. But yeah, it is telecast live, and then it's rebroadcast. This year it's going to be December 22nd.
Oh, that's nice.
At 1:30 p.m.
Well, that's also the other difference. Like the Coliseum Central Parade is in the morning. It's got a different feel to it, and it sort of kicks off the holiday season.
Absolutely.
But the downtown one is more when you're already in the holiday mood. It's in December. It's a little bit later in the season. The air's a little chilly usually. It has a different feel to it.
It certainly does. I mean, and as it's one of the big highlights, actually December 8th is so busy. There's breakfast with Santa at the Air and Space Center. Also at beginning at 5 o'clock that night, there'll be the first light over at the Hampton History Museum. And a lot of people don't know this, but Hampton is the site of the first recorded English Christmas in America. So if you go over to First Light at 5 o'clock, you can have refreshments and see the Blue Star lighting. It's over at 6, and you'll have an hour to walk over to Settlers Landing and get a good spot for the Hampton Holidays Parade.
So there's really a day almost of downtown events. That sounds great. Now tell us, you're going to have a Santa Claus, I'm going to guess?
Yes, actually we're having Santa and Mrs. Claus. And Bass Pro Shop, this is the 4th year they are doing the float for Santa, and they do a fabulous job. Whatever the theme is, they build a fabulous float on top of one of their boats, and I can't wait to see what they're doing this year for the Babes in Toyland theme. So I'm sure it's just going to be as wonderful as the other 3 they've done for us.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I didn't even ask because I forget these things. There is a theme this year, and it's Babes in Toyland.
Babes in Toyland, and because of that theme, we're having the Marines as the Grand Marshal. There will be Marines there that night, and if you bring a toy, for Toys for Tots. You can sit in the VIP bleacher. So we're asking everyone to bring a toy to help out with Toys for Tots. So every kid in the peninsula can have at least one toy to open for Christmas.
That is really different, to use that as an opportunity to give. You're going to the parade to be entertained, but you're also giving. And just a quick recap, the rules on Toys for Tots, it is a new toy and it's unwrapped.
Correct.
And is it up to, you get four?
Yeah, one toy will allow 4 people onto the bleachers.
Hey, that is a nice deal, because you probably get a better vantage point being up high on those bleachers.
Definitely.
And it's right there in front of the reviewing stand where if there are any types of entertainment or anybody that gets stopped, that's where they're going to see the best performances.
Aha. So let's talk about entertainment. What kind of bands do you have?
Well, one of the highlights this year is Bria Kelly from America's Got Talent. So Bria Kelly will be there. She was one of the finalists on that show.
And she's not from Hampton, but she's regional, from Smithfield.
Smithfield, yes.
And she's, a kid, right? Like a high school kid.
She's 16. She's very, very talented.
I actually watched that clip and was amazed. She has not just a great voice, but a lot of presence for a 16-year-old. That should be really a nice treat.
Definitely. She'll be there with her band, and youth bands will have an involvement this year, and they'll have several bands. I think one of the other bands that they have there, the kids, I think 12 years old or something like that. So there'll be several different entertainment options while you're there as far as musical entertainment.
That sounds fun. And of course, you'll have some high school bands, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, all the 4 local high school bands will be participating. Smithfield High School, Southampton High School, the Apprentice Drumline, and there's a couple other community bands that are performing.
That's great. And it's such a good opportunity for those kids to be on TV, You're in a high school band, you don't get to, well, I guess you might make the halftime performance, you might get to see that. But they can DVR it, or as you said, they can watch it again on December 22nd and see themselves and their band on TV.
Yeah, definitely. And that replay was what, Saturday? December? I know that because my birthday is the 21st. So Saturday the 22nd at 1 p.m. you can watch it. But come out and definitely see it in person if you can. It's definitely a fun experience for the entire family.
Okay. Is there anything else I've forgotten to ask about this?
I can't think of anything.
No,
Again, like I said, I would encourage everyone to bring a toy.
And you can drop the toy off actually at City Hall now. So if you don't want to bring it out that night, you can come to City Hall and drop it off.
Yeah, and then we'll give you a pass so that you can get into the bleachers.
Okay, so go to the Parks and Rec office for that, and that's on the 5th floor of City Hall. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. And so if you don't want to bring the toy that night, because I'm sure you're going to have a lot of things to do when you come over to First Light and over to Hampton Holly Days Parade, just drop it off and get your pass, and it'll make it easier for everyone.
That is, it sounds like a big night. Looking forward to it. Now, the downtown is also going to have a lighted boat parade, and that's usually a different Saturday.
Yeah, I think that's the Saturday before.
A lot of downtown events.
That's December 1st. It's the Saturday before, and that will take place at 7:15 p.m. And the best viewing spot for that is actually by the Hampton Maritime Center. So.
Okay.
2 weeks in a row, come on out to Hampton. Downtown.
Boy, a lot of events we're gearing up for. A lot going on this fall and this holiday season in Hampton.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for coming by, and thank you, Joanne.
Thanks,
it's good
Robin.
talking with you. And thank you for watching. We hope we'll see you at the Downtown Holidays Parade on December 8th.